What makes burnt bone especially challenging to study?
So challenging. I If I wasn't obsessed with it, it's hard to believe that I'm giving myself such a hard job. But again, these screened materials are often overlooked because the bigger things, that's how you say what species they are. That's how you can see the artwork or see the tools. On the scale that I'm looking at, these are like gravel sized assemblages coming from the screened. So not only are there multiple fragments that are really, really tiny, but also they're highly fragmentary. So sometimes when I'm even picking one up, it breaks into two pieces because burnt bone is really fragile. It loses a lot of that mechanical stability of the fresh bone, which makes it good for being in our bodies, by the way, right? Bones are really flexible, they're really strong. But when they're burned and they lose the organic component, uh, yeah, they really are crumbly. So it's really challenging for me because you have this large amount of really tiny material that's super fragile. And if I can add another layer on that, it is difficult to distinguish different coloration of burned bone, which is a major primary classification factor for archaeologists. Is it black or brown and carbonized, or is it gray and white and calcined, which means usually, typically, that it has experienced the higher temperatures, but not always. And I think this is a fun example of like equifinality, which is a pretty common concept that we as archaeologists have to deal with. The idea that there's many pathways to getting this end result. So you have to be very careful when building your hypotheses to not be biased of one of the pathways when it could be several. But these teeny tiny burn bones are colored in ways that some people could confuse for staining. And if you're thinking about like the fire behaviors of different hominins, you do not want to mistake staining from the sediment as burning to say that they had fire technology. So there are a lot of challenges, and I think how I address these is I collect a ton of data, and it takes a lot of time, but you have to do it. And it's important that things are sorted and sieved and screened really well. But also, I check almost everything with analyses, like spectroscopic analyses or diffraction analyses, to confirm that the staining, for example, isn't fooling me into thinking it's burning. So it gives a scientific basis to my observations to then make and draw conclusions about ancient fire use.